Welcome to the fourth program in the Basic Engineering Skills series, in which you're going to learn some methods for putting certain measuring and gauging instruments to practical use. During the program, you'll be given time to practice using the instruments with the help of your instructor or course controller. Let's begin then, as we first look at the practical uses of a steel-bladed tape measure. Tape measures are mostly used by workers in the building and construction industry. They are also used by plant fitters during maintenance or installation work. With practice, you'll be able to use and read a tape measure to an accuracy of about 1 millimetre. A typical situation for a tape measure is for measuring and marking off a length on a piece of timber or a piece of stock metal bar, for example. The hook is placed over one end of the material and the tape pulled out along the material until there is enough tape for you to measure the length, or until you have enough for your marking. The tape is next locked, which in many cases will give you a free hand to make a cutting mark on the material. Always read a tape by looking directly above the mark line. If you try to read at an angle, you will get an inaccurate reading and make a mistake when you cut. Sometimes you might need to hold the tape hook onto the material, especially when measuring round material, to stop the hook from slipping off. When you've done the measuring, release the tape lock and let the tape rewind back into the case by keeping the hook fixed at the end and moving the case toward it. Don't let the tape rewind at full speed, because this will often cause the hook to break off at the rivets. Measuring on top of material, as we've just demonstrated, is called external measuring. If we have to measure an inside length, such as between the sides of a window frame, we call this an internal measurement. There are two main things to be careful of when you make an internal measurement. First, you must keep the tape level or square to the sides so that you get an accurate reading. If you angle the tape, like this, the reading you get will be longer than the actual distance between the two uprights. The next thing you must do is make sure that the tape case contacts the one side, and then lock the tape. When you take the reading, look at the tape marking that is closest to this edge of the casing. Note this reading, and then add the length of the tape case. The case length in our example is 50 millimeters, because it is given to us on the tape label. It is also marked on the metal case. In our demonstration, the window frame that we measured reads 632 millimeters on the tape, but we must still add the 50 millimeters for the case, which gives us a total of 682 millimeters. When taking an internal measurement, do not try to bend the tape into a corner to get your reading. This bad practice not only gives inaccurate readings, but it can also damage the steel tape. When you've finished measuring, rewind the tape slowly into its case. Keep a tape measure clean by wiping any dirt or grease off with a soft, dry cloth. Never use petrol, thinners, or other chemical products to clean your tape, as this will lift off the markings, as has happened on this tape. Practice using your tape measure now in your own work area. After the break, we'll look at another measuring instrument.